With the addition of Reed Sheppard, this Houston Rockets team has one of the best young cores in the NBA, maybe on par with the Oklahoma City Thunder. This team consists of Jalen Green at just 22 years old. Of course, questions remain about the future here in Houston for him. We'll talk about that later. Jabari Smith Jr. at 21 years old. Alperen Sengun, who is now the face of their franchise, at 22 years old. Thompson going into year 2 at 22 as well. Whitmore going into year 2 at just 20 years old. Tari Eason is still 23, and then Reed Sheppard, of course, coming in at 20. All 7 of those guys at age 23 or younger. That is a crazy future. And the big problem for Houston last year was their three-point shooting. They were 23rd in three-point percentage, and despite being 12th in three-point attempts, and then were 27th in field goal percentage. But they have my favorite to win the Rookie of the Year award this year, and that is Reed Sheppard, who I think is going to come into the NBA and pretty much dominate from day one. We saw the Summer League. He looks really good. They have their backcourt of the future with Amin and Reed Sheppard, and they complement each other so perfectly. Reed, just really good. Great instincts off the ball here. You see getting the knock away there. Averaged 12.5 points per game, 4.5 assists, 4 rebounds, 2.5 steals in 29 minutes a game last year. He has passing upside as well. I see him, he can play a little bit of the point guard spot. He makes great reads in the pick and roll. But what he does so well is just shoot the 3 ball. 4 for 6 in his Summer League debut from downtown. And, he obviously shot 52% from 3 in college. But in the Summer League debut, he also had 23 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and 3 blocks per game. Crazy stuff. Might have gotten away with a carry right there. I'll let y'all debate that in the comment section below. Looked like, or double dribble, not carry. But he put 2 hands on the ball, it looked like. And he got away with it. Maybe that's legal in the NBA. This was really tough right here. Watch him navigate this screen. This is what I'm talking about. Fake inside, go back out to get into his spots for that little fadeaway jumper. Nice little crossover there on Tommy Kuzi and knocks it down. Big time stuff there. And then once again, navigating this pick and roll. Refusing the screen at first and then using it once again to get to a spot at the elbow to knock down the mid-range. He's just a pure 3-level scorer, and you don't see those very often coming right out of college. But hey, the safest bet in sports is a Kentucky guard coming into the NBA, and Reed Sheppard and Rob Dillingham, I think, are going to prove that even more this year. He's got elite pace. I love the way he plays with pace. Plays at his own pace. Doesn't let anybody speed him up. Nice backdoor cut right there. And Reed and Whitmore in the Summer League, that was a cheat code, them two together on the same team, because Whitmore was really good as well, and then, he's driving, and he's got all the gravity towards him. Reed Sheppard's knocking down shots. Just easy kicks, easy assists there for Whitmore, and then here he is out in the open court. Hammer time. Oh my goodness. This man is so athletic. One of the most athletic players in the NBA right now. He was just way too good for the Summer League. Getting the steal right there and then getting up for the dunk. That's crazy work right there. He could be Cam Whitmore last year. I know he was allergic to passing, but this man could be one of the best pure scorers in the league. And the Rockets had him and Reed Sheppard on the same Summer League team. Goodness gracious. Two-handed cock back, jam time. Who was that? Moses Brown getting dunked on. Cam Whitmore was an absolute monster in the Summer League and last year in his rookie season, where he averaged about 12.8 points a game, 3 rebounds, 0.7 assists in just 19 minutes per game. And like we said, he was one of the guys that, the possession is here 52% of the time, but despite that, he can still really score the ball. He shot 45% from the field, 36% from 3-on-5 attempts. As a rookie, that's pretty good stuff there. And then you got Jabari Smith Jr., who averaged about 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block per game last year, while shooting 46% from the field, 36% from 3-on-5 attempts per game. Overall, Jabari Smith, he was my number 1 overall prospect in the draft a couple of years ago, and he's kind of made me look bad so far. I need his 3-point percentage to go up and his scoring to go up a little bit, but I'm projecting a big-time breakout year for him this year. I think he can really get, more shots. Hopefully the Rockets will look to get him more shots, and I think he can average more points per game and rebounds per game, all that good stuff. With that being said, if you've made it this far into the video, make sure to hit the like button and leave me a comment down below. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel, so if that is you, go ahead and change that right now. Also, we're looking for about 200 likes on today's video, and with that being said, let's go and continue on here, looking at the perfect big for this lineup, and that is Alperen Sengun. He fits in beautifully, great passer with all these electric cutters he's got around him, and he really reminds me of a baby Jokic. You go back and look at the stats, fourth year, fifth year Jokic, third year Jokic looks a lot like this guy's numbers. He averaged 5 assists per game last year as well in about 32 minutes. Look at the behind the back dots. And overall, he's established himself as the face of the franchise. Now, they did not extend him yet, but I'm expecting that to come soon. 21 points a game, 9.3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1.2 steals last year before the injury ended his season prematurely. And I'd imagine that he will be getting a lot of money in the future. 54% from the field, 30% from three, about 2 attempts as a 21-year-old. And then you got Jalen Green, who averaged about 20 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, 3.5 assists in 32 minutes of action a night. But the big problem with Jalen Green, 42% shooting from the field, 33% from three on 7.5 attempts. That will simply not cut it for an NBA guard. Now, Sengun is an underrated rim protector, and that's something else I want to talk about there. He doesn't look it because he's not overly athletic, but he's a very underrated rim protector. And he's got a really good old man game back to the basket. Like, Victor Wembanyama is not easy to score on at 7'5", and Sengun just took him right to the rim right there. Then you got Zach Collins here, baby food. That's Gerber hitting fadeaways. Once again, Zach Collins on him in the post, and that's just not going to work out. Nice little layup. And then in the pick and roll, and this is a great screen right there on Sohan, and Wemby can't turn around in time. That's an easy dunk. So much separation there, and a lot of this is created by Fred VanVleet, using this screen perfectly, dragging Wemby along, and then hitting the nice little pocket pass to Sengun for the dunk. But, VanVleet, yes, he's the point guard of the now. The point guard of the future is Amen Thompson, one of the most athletic players in the NBA right now. He and his twin. They have Whitmore and they have Thompson, 2 electric athletes. Of course, everybody in the league is crazy athletic, but Amen and Cam are on a different level. He averaged 9.5 points, 6.6 rebounds, 2.6 assists per game last year while shooting 54% from the field. We won't talk about the three-point percentage, but he did play 66 games. And, as a 21-year-old, that's not a bad season. He's a natural point guard. You see him in the pick and roll right there. Fantastic in transition. You get this man the ball, and he is going to score in transition. He is also a very smart cutter. You see him cutting off the ball right here for the easy bucket. And then if he can start to have a mid-range, that makes him so much scary, like different levels of scary in the future, because he's got, obviously, unlimited athleticism, top-tier athlete. But when he can get downhill and then stop and make a mid-range jump shot, that's different. That is scary stuff right there. Now, can the Houston Rockets make the playoffs next year? And that is the big question. Obviously, they have a great young core, but how good are they going to be next year? Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, obviously the 2 veterans in this lineup, and this is what the starting lineup will look like. I think they run it back from last year, give Jalen Green that one more chance. If he doesn't work out this year, then maybe they trade him at the deadline. We'll see what happens. But I really like the starting lineup. VanVleet, Green, Brooks, Smith, and Sengun. And then off the bench, this is what sets them apart. Their depth is so good. I mean, you're talking about Reed Sheppard, who I think can win Rookie of the Year. Maybe they end up starting him. Amen Thompson, Cam Whitmore, Tari Easton, and then Steven Adams, who has become criminally underrated recently with his injury and everything. I love this Rockets team. I think they're a playoff team next year. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, though. Make sure to like button. I'm trying to hit 200 likes on today's video. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.